So in order to start this program, or to formally start the program, may we request everybody to please stand for the doxology and the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. This will be done through an audiovisual presentation. You may now take your seats. This event will not be possible without the partnership of these two institutions. These are the Rizal Technological University and the International Cross-Cultural Exchange and Professional Development of Chiang Mai, Thailand. And to give us the welcome remarks, may we call in the Vice President for Research, Extension and Information Services, Dr. Edna C. Aquino, for the welcome remarks.
Dr. Apinda, President of ICEPD, Dr. Raja Gugu of Indonesia, Dr. Tongandi of Thailand, Dr. Chitong, and Ms. Sukasem of Thailand also. Distinguished guests, presenters, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning to everyone. Thank you for joining the first international conference and workshop on technology and strategic classroom and research innovation organized by Rizal Technological University in collaboration with the International Cross-Cultural Exchange and Professional Development of Chiang Mai, Thailand. To our speakers from ASEAN countries, and delegates who came from the different universities in the Philippines, I bid you a very warm welcome to this conference. This conference was conceptualized months ago in coordination with the Office of the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Office of the Cultural Affairs, and College of Education. The committees involved in the organization and preparation of this event was abruptly reinforced to make sure that all things are set beforehand. We are grateful we were given the opportunity to host Higher Education Research Forum at HERP 2017. With that experience, we learned how to manage time and put things under control. This conference is inspired by the theme Education, Innovation, and Technological Research towards Productive Learning Outcomes on the current trends, which aim to promote the exchange of ideas and experiences, to offer an avenue where professionals can learn from each other on the emerging trends and innovation in education, and to strengthen the networks among members of the academy. We have with us today representatives from different universities, faculty researchers, students, academicians, and administrators. I hope that the 3-day conference will provide the participants with opportunities to mingle and share their ideas, views, and experiences that may enhance skills in managing teaching and learning experiences in the class or school setting. May this conference be another enriching experience to all, especially to the administrators to whom I impose the biggest challenge. Their commitment in providing better incentive and greater opportunities for faculty and student researchers to be able to produce quality research output that can truly effect change for the common good of all. At this juncture, I would like to congratulate the working committees and the administration for making this conference happen. Thank you and have a peaceful and fruitful day to everyone. Magandang umaga po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aquino. At this point, we would like to know each other's names, institutions, and affiliations. So let's welcome Professor Rolando Emilio C. Socorro, the Executive Director of ICEPB Thailand, to present us our participants. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, everyone. To the Vice President of Rizal Technological University, Dr. Edna C. Aquino, our President, Dr. Somnong Abinda, our Vice President of ISFD, Madam Anong Sokaseng, and our Executive Conference Consultant, Dr. Rumtiwa Chithong, and at the same time, professor in my university, Nakonpatong Rajabat University, and former University Academic Director, Dr. Sumpong Pungamdi. And also to my friend from University State of Medan, Indonesia, Dr. Astel. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning. I am very glad to see you all here. And please stand up as I call your institution for recognition. Valenzuela National High School. Tap your hands for them. Thank you very much. Malinta National High School. Rizal High School. Cagayan State University. Ohio State College. Isabela State University. Amado T. Reyes Elementary School. Noveleta National High School. Mabihak Integrated National High School. City Government of Paranaque. Juan Sumulong High School. DMMSU SIUC. General Aguinaldo Elementary School. Juan Sumulong Elementary School. Salinas State University. Laguna State Polytechnic University. Wow. LSPU, SPCC. Okay, then Bayan Luna Imus. And of course, okay, Dr. And of course, Rizal Technological University. Wow. Thank you very much. Swadikap, mabuhay.
Thank you very much, sir. So that comprises our participants for this first international cross-cultural exchange and professional development of Thailand. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, let's be mesmerized with the performance to be given to us by our Cultura Rizal. So please give them a round of applause for an international group.
Lapay Batikik.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our Teatro Rosalia dancers. They have been performing in different parts of the world, including China. They're gonna have a performance by this end of the month. That's how our students in RTU become talented and world-class performers. They have performed in ASEAN Summit, APEC Summit, and some other international event. And at this point, let us now witness the ceremonial memorandum of understanding signing. And to have that, when we call in the representatives of the International Cross-Cultural Exchange and Professional Development Thailand, together with the officials of the Rizal Technological University, represented by Dr. Edna C. Aquino. And for the ISFD Thailand, please may we welcome Dr. Shamnong Apinda for the MOU signing. May we invite you here on stage. So just to give you a brief content of the Memorandum of Understanding, these two institutions, the Rizal Technological University, a state university created and organized under the laws of the Republic of the Philippines with office address at Malamig Street, Mandaluyong City, herein duly represented by its officer in charge, Dr. Luis E. Castañeda, with Dr. Edna C. Aquino, herein after referred to as RTU, and the International Cross-Cultural Exchange and Professional Development, a professional organization with office address at 47200 M002 Tambon, Hangdong, Chiang Mai, Thailand, herein duly represented by its president, Dr. Shamnong Apinda, herein after referred to as ISFD. Witness, RTU and ISFD are individually referred to as a party and collectively as the parties which have reached the following understanding. So the IFICPD is a professional development institution which specializes in research, training, and development, and with extensive international technical and professional expertise, know-how, and expertise to conduct research and development consultancy, trainings, and international events. While RTU, a leading higher educational institution in the Philippines with academic prestige in the region and carrying a good repute as a quality education university in the Philippines. And both parties will work in mutual interest in the fields of research, training and development, organizing international research and development events such as this, for dissemination and promotion of research knowledge and scholarship across the world. And both parties will also provide necessary and appropriate guidance and supervision to support each other for the training and research activities. So we will now have witnessed the MOU signing of both organizations. So we will be expecting more and more activities from these two institutions. And as early as now, we would like to express our deepest thanks and gratitude to everybody for attending this first event brought to you by these two institutions, the International Cross-Cultural Exchange and Professional Development Thailand and the Rizal Technological University. How about a big round of applause to the leaders of these two institutions? So we'll be expecting more and more academic activities in the future because of this partnership that we are now witnessing. We would also request all the research presenters to please provide your soft copies of the research papers that you would like to present later, so we could have a continuous or smooth flow of the program. So kindly provide it to our technical committee. also those who will be demonstrating inform our technical committee on the things that we will be needing, so we can have a continuous flow of the program. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the International Cross-Cultural Exchange and Professional Development of Thailand and the formal collaboration with this institution to Rizal Technological University. So let's now have a photo opportunity showing the legal document binding these two institutions. Thank you very much to these two leaders. And how about a big round of applause to our academic leaders. And without further ado, let us now listen to the message to be given to us by the President of the ICEPD Thailand, Dr. Champong Apinda. A round of applause.
The Vice President Dr. Anna, guests and participants, good morning. It's given me great pleasure to extend you all a very warm welcome, and let me to say how grateful we are to all of you who accepted our invitation to convene this international conference and workshop on technology and strategic classroom and research innovations with the theme Educational Innovation and Technological Research towards Productive Learning Outcome on the current trend, which will be held here at BSC Twin Tower Condotel Mandalore Young City in collaboration of International Cross-Culture Exchange and Professional Development Thailand and Licensed Technological University Manila, Philippines. It gratified to note that the aim of this international conference are to discover the multicultural potential relation between people with different culture and to become more productive and educators. I would like to emphasize that it is always our strong belief as an educators that foster international collaboration and exchanges will enable us to learn from one another. It's time for excellence, especially for the benefits of our young learners. I do hope that we will benefit from each other expertise and experience during our deliberation, discussion, especially the cross-cultural activity of this 3-day conference and research protestation, innovation, remote teaching, which I will to further upgrading the overall quality of educators in this region, the ASEAN integration. Finally, may I wish you all to our keynote speaker from the Philippines, Indonesia, and Thailand, especially to conference chair Dr. Susan Dominguez. Yes. Of RTU Mendolayang and Ajahn Rolando Emilio C. Socorro, the Executive Director of ICT. I would like also to thank the Vice President for Academic Affairs, RTU Philippines, Dr. Sebastian J. Pacheco, and other RTU administrators. Once again, good morning and Mabuhay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Dr. Shanglong Atinda, the President of the ICEPD Thailand. And now, before we have our photo opportunity with the officials of the ICPD Thailand and the RT officials, let's have first another intermission number to be given to us by the Teatro Rizalian. Palakpakan po natin. We'd also like to acknowledge the participation of the officials or representatives of the Plaridel Central School. Plaridel Central School, and also Abra State Institute of Sciences and Technology and Procedure. Thank you very much, Iman, for coming. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Teatro Rizalian. much, Chaplain Rizal. We now proceed with the photo opportunity. So we call in the different officials of the ICEPD to please come up on stage together with our officials from the Rizal Technological University. And let's start the photo opportunity with our fellow participants, starting with the Valenzuela National High School. The rest of the participants, you may prepare yourselves for your best smile.
You have to do some scenario, act it out. For example, if I say church, so you have to act what is done by people in the church. You would just have to stand up and do it. Okay? Sabi nila, church, tapos may fire daw. Susunog sa loob ng simbahan. Alright, can we do it? Okay. The first word is sports. Sports. Just stand up and do the action. The first one to do the action without the candies. 5 points, 5 first to get 5 points. Well, they are the most active. 1 point, 1 point for them. The first to have 5 points. Okay. Next. Kailangan active ka agad, kitang-kita ka agad. Diba? Meron pa! Wow! Meron pa! Hi! At meron pa sa group game. Okay. Ready? So they have 1 point already. Next. The next word is kinder. 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 Paano kayo talaga nila? Hey, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, everyone! Wake up! Okay. Next. Next one, the third word is concert. 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 1 point for that over there. 1 point. 1 point. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Next. The fourth word. The fourth word is mall. 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 Parang dalawa lang ang nagko-compete. Ha? Dalawa lang. Okay. Aktibo yung matatanda eh. Wala kayo magagawa. Bakit yung mga bata? Mas KJ pa kaysa sa kanila. Okay. Next word. So, you already have 3. 1. 3, 1. Okay? Winner na? Winner na talaga? Grabe naman talaga yun. Oh. Ay, talaga naman. Oh, dagdag pa ng dagdag. Oh, sige. Sige. Ha? Alright, rematch. So, sige. Pagbigyan na natin sila. Marami pa tayo to give away. There are a lot to give away. So, let's have this one. It says also Thailand. Kailangan ko po ang tatlong participant here. Tatlo. Go. Tatlo. Tatlo. Let's make it para... Come on. 3. Oh, you're 1. Another? Dali. Here, from this table. Dali na. Oh. Pasok dito. Yan, tatlo na sila. Tatlo na sila. Tatlo lang. Three participants. Face the audience. Face the audience, okay. Alright. You've got, talaga nagkahatian na doon, no? Up to the last centavo, they had divided the 1,000 pesos up to the last centavo. Okay. Yung change mo, kailangan ibigay mo sa akin. Ganon. I forgot to say, you've got to pay the tax. 20%. 20%. Tax-free na daw, tax-free. Okay. Now, ito mo. Dahil, oo, na gano'n, ano? Sige. But, can I have another 3 para mas maganda? Another 3. Another 3, please. Come on. Yan. Come on. Yan. Ilan? Sige, okay lang yan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, make it 8. Make it 8, sir. Come on. Yan. Yan, 8. So, this is a very difficult game. And yeah, it's hep hep hooray! So we started! Go! Hep hep and hooray, right? Hep hep and hooray. Practice. Hep hep, hooray. Hep hep, hooray. Hooray! Hooray! Hep hep, hooray! Okay, go. Hep hep. Hep hep. Sa baba. Okay. Huwag kang nervousin, ma'am. Okay. Hep hep, hooray. Hep hep, hooray. Hep hep, hooray. Hep hep, hooray.
Hep hep.
Hooray!
Hep hep.
Hooray!
Hep hep.
Hooray! Hooray!
Hep hep. Hooray.
Hooray! Out. Ma'am, yes, out agad. Reklamo pa yan, no? Hep hep!
Hooray!
Hep hep!
Hooray.
Hep hep!
Hooray!
Hep hep! Hooray!
Hep hep.
Hooray! Sorry, Mom! Yan! Hep hep! Hooray! Hep hep! Hooray! You're saying it. How? Hep hep! Hooray! Hep hep! Hooray! Hooray! Sinundan mo siya mamaya. Hooray! Hep hep muna! Hep hep muna po. Start this. Bye-bye! Center po tayo. Hep hep!
Hooray.
Hey, hey!
Tulit! Tulit! Oh. Tingnan natin kung sino mauna. Hep hep!
Hooray.
Hep hep!
Hooray.
Hep hep! Hooray! Hep hep! Hooray! Hep hep! Hooray!
Hep hep.
You're winner!
Alright, thank you.
Another 8, another 8, another 8. Photo off for the winner. Another 8, come on! Bilis, another 8. Lack of energy kagad. Ngayon pa lang tayo nag-uumpisa. Come on, sayang ang premyo. Oh, sige na po. What about coming from this table, please? Dalawa po from this table. Dalawa from that table. Sige na po. 2 from this table, please. Come on. Sige na po. Hindi na po hep-hep hooray ito. Come on. Iba na pong laro ito. Sige na po. 2 from this table and another 2 from that table. Sige na po. At stake. dali-dali lang naman. Jack and Poy lang to eh. Okay. So, Jack and Poy, whoever wins here will have this and just the same. So, let us have first this pair. Jack and Poy, ano lang ang pwede? Bato, papel, gunting. Walang ulan, ha? Bato, papel, gunting. Go! One, Jack and Poy. Jack and Poy. Kayo po ang magsabi para alam nyo kung paano nyo tatimingan yung sarili nyo. Okay? Sige, kayo po. Isang bagsak lang, ha? Bato. Oy! Sino panalo? Alright, sir. Ganun lang kadali yun. Okay? So, next pair. Let us see. Next pair? Sige po. So, the winner is? Okay, sige. Dito po tayo sa gitna. And our last pair for the shirt. Wow, may style. Sino winner? Yes. Okay. Is lunch ready? Madam and sir, is our lunch ready? I didn't.
Saan ba ang pila rin? Saan ang start? Doon. Saan?
Ay!
You will have it by table. Responsibilities and expertise in transformational leadership was recognized that she was assigned as Director of Calabar Zone from 2011 to 2013, Cagayan Valley in 2014 to 2015, and Mimaropa in 2015 to 2017. She initiated function-based structure in the regional office at Region 4A. She always prioritized human resource development, team collaboration, pursuit of excellence with compassion. In August 2017, Dr. Lorna Digdino was assigned as officer in charge for the Office of the Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction. Here, she again focused her leadership on the leadership transformation among competitive Filipino teaching force in global setting, putting in the idea that every Filipino child should have the idea of love in learning, with a mindset on peace and prosperity, even in the toughest experiences. For in the heart of a passionate teacher, there is always care for the welfare of the learners. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the DepEd Undersecretary and also the governing member of CIMEO Kitep in Science and the current president of the Association of Department of Education Directors Incorporated, founder of iCare Batang Pinoy Incorporated, the pride of her husband Butch, her 4 children and 2 grandchildren. Let us all welcome Dr. Lorna Digdino.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is the first time I'm introduced as the bride of my husband. I have to ask him that. And I have to ask also my children whether they are also proud of their mother. So, di ba yung mga mama, kailangan maklaro yan. Kasi I think one of the interviews my youngest did was, there was this question. He was asked, how is it for you as the daughter of Yusek something something, someone? And sabi niya, wala lang, wala naman yun sa bahay. Pag na-promote yung nanay niya, hindi naman, wala namang nagagalak sa akin. Sa bahay, wala lang yun. Hindi naman sila nag-Facebook para i-congratulate ang mama nila. Wala yun sa bahay. But she was asked this question, but are you proud of your mom? Opo naman, pero we don't have to express that in different ways. So parang ako, I'm saying, as a mother and as a teacher, I would say, okay lang. Even if they don't express this in Facebook. Diba? Okay, so thank you so much for that introduction. Gusto ko yung, pero ika-clarify ko talaga yan, kung talagang totoo. Kasi I have, as a deputy official at the Department of Education, directors, assistant superintendents are assigned everywhere. And as director, you are assigned in different regions. And I have been in and out of the central and the field offices during my 21 years of my love affair with the DepEd since 1997. But I have been a teacher for 40 years. So belated Happy Teacher's Day to all of you. I know that wherever you are, whether you are at Basic Ed, who are the DepEd teachers here, and officials from the DepEd, tibang gaganda talaga ng mga tao sa DepEd. Gagwapo. And who are from the colleges, from the tertiary education, mas magaganda pala. No? Kasi higher naman talaga kayo, di ba? Mas gwapo. I was with the higher education before I went to DepEd, full-time. I ran a school before I went to DepEd. But one thing that I also would like to share is this, before I start my presentation, is when I was asked to take the superintendent's exam in 1997, then pass the Mat B, then pass the superintendent's exam. Before taking that exam, I prayed a lot because I was very comfortable in a private school. You know, you can choose what to teach. You can choose your schedule. And I was just 10 minutes away from the school where I was teaching. It was a very comfortable life. But I prayed, Lord, let people, the education leaders who have the heart for the Filipino children, pass the exam. So when I was told, uy, Lorna, Dr. Tino, nakapasa ka rin pala. Sabi ko, oh my God. Parang may puso rin pala ako sa mga bata. Kasi akala ko sa matatanda lang. Kasi di mo matatanda lang mga tao doon sa higher ed. And I was working full-time, teaching full-time at the graduate school as well. So, oh my God, talaga. So, nung sinabihan ako ng superintendent and ng source ko, ano Lorna, hindi ka pwede pumunta ng DepEd, basta-basta lang. Kung hindi mo masyadong kilala ang DepEd, gusto mo mag-teacher 1 ka muna, kahit na superintendent eligible ka. And I said yes. After a while, because of that prayer, I said yes. And so, I started learning how to write a lesson plan. I asked a fellow teacher, because you remember I was asked to teach for 3 months, to teach Araling Panglipunan, and I have never taught Araling Panglipunan. I was always a teacher teaching language, public speaking, and all the rest. But I have never taught Araling Panglipunan. And so I asked one of the teachers at Sorsogon National High School, Sir, hindi ako marunong mag-lesson plan. Pero di ba nakakaya kasi superintendent eligible? Pero kung hindi po talaga ako marunong, turuan mo naman ako, Sir. And that started my learning experience. Now that story is something very basic in all the things that we would do. And I'm going to go back to that story later. And so that's my, so I will thank you, by the way, and congratulations. Dean, as an Dean, thank you so much for the invitation. And I always grab the opportunity to talk about them and to talk about our dreams for the Filipino children. And so congratulations also for the first international conference. And if there's a first, there is a second. So good luck to the second, to the third. Kaya natin yan. Now, are we ready really to face megatrends? The world is different. There are so many global forces that would affect development. And if we are going to transform the way our country, if we're going to transform the community, then business and industry, then that means we have to transform the classroom, we have to transform the teacher's competency, to change teachers' competencies, and also change the teaching and learning processes, including everything, all the learning resources and the support system for teaching and learning to be more relevant and to be more responsive. So are we ready? Okay, and so the only thing that is not changing more likely is nothing. Because even the word changes. And the change is very fast. You never know. When I graduated from PNC then, there was no computer in our school. When I did my PhD in the 90s, my husband had to go to Manila for an acetate. From Sorsogon, to Manila, then to Iriga, because that is where I took my PhD. And I used a computer, and there is no copy-paste. I could not even align my sentences. Dos. Hi, baby boomers. Dos. And I got my first cell phone mobile in 1994. And I had to go to Legazpi to use it. Because Sorsogon does not have it. It's bigger than the 50 to 10. It's big. So, my and teachers at the DepEd, we had this Form 18. Mga baby boomers talaga, we had to do it in writing. And if you commit an error, when you wrote passes instead of past, then you have to rewrite everything again. Big ones. It is kind of an Excel file done manually. And so things are different. We have to have a transportation table, and we cannot do transportation using a laptop, using any application. Everything is manual. And everything is manual. Manila paper is the most reliable, usually. Right? And lots of things have happened. And we know that there will be many more. There was no Facebook even a few years ago. Right? Lots of things. And yes. And I did not even know in 2008 how to do my own PowerPoint presentation. And so we have to learn and learn fast. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. And so are we ready for all these changes? And if you're talking about changes, let's take a look at at least 12 disruptive technologies. And one of that would be, of course, internet and the rest. And can we go up? So the baby boomers like me and the generation before me, if we don't study really, really fast, then we will all be left behind. Now, when my eldest grandson was just 2 years old, a few years ago, he was playing Angry Birds. A few years ago, Angry Bird was a game that's very popular. And when I looked at him, he was doing a higher level. Angry Birds, my God, sabi ko, 2-year-old, sino nagturo nito? And I'd ask him, Jibo, turuan mo naman ako kung paano maglaro ng Angry Birds. And he showed me, no dialogue, he showed me how to play it. In other words, this Y generation it's not a millennial, it's a Y generation, knew how to really look at a gadget and really, parang he was born with the genes of the gadget. I don't know how they do it, but they know the symbols. They know how to surf, and they are not afraid to use the different applications. They are not afraid. But in 1999, the first time I saw a laptop, I said, oh my God, baka masira ko yan. O, diba? Nakakahiya. But that's the reality. And so how do we cope up with all these technologies if we do not change the way things are, especially in the classroom? And fellow teachers, I'll say something that will start from pre-service. Pre-service. Because the new teachers cannot be taught at the DepEd all these things that matter most, to make sure that our children will have teachers who have the 21st century skills. Now, we are supposed to teach 21st century skills to address disruptive technologies, to address megatrends. But if we don't have those skills, how can we teach? We cannot teach, or we cannot give anything if we don't have it, right? So, anyway, okay. Speaking of megatrends, those are also some things that we have to contend with. So teachers, how do we prepare our kids to really navigate this, not only these disruptive technologies, but all these megatrends? How do we? So may iwanan talaga. And we know that any one of us cannot say, I can live in isolation. We cannot, because it's a borderless global village. And things happen so fast. This morning I delivered a welcome talk in an international conference sponsored by an International Council for Education of People with Visual Impairment at Novo Hotel Cubao. And there we were saying, oh my God, lahat kami babae. O diba? Women rising is one megatrend. O, tingnan nyo ang ano to. Mas maraming babae dito, ano? Ganun talaga ang nangyayari. Mamaya, pag 2019, tingnan natin, will there be more congresswomen than congressmen? Because there is an increasing number of women legislators, women barangay captains, women mayors. So even that one is, I think, would cause a lot of changes for all of us educators. So how do we prepare the boys and how do we ask them to accept the women in power? But I know, I'm not kidding, but those are some changes that we have to. Because sometimes there's still this traditional way of thinking. Okay. So, and all these megatrends will always impact on innovation. On how do we now scout things that could be innovated? And how do we now market? Because marketing would not mean you just publish things in the daily newspaper, national or local publication. Marketing is so different. So how do we prepare our children for these different jobs that would require different platforms of marketing? How do we now prepare our children to really think of innovation? Because we cannot always say that, ay naku, yung procedure na yan na talagang traditional. No, I was taught that adobo should have always this and this and these ingredients. And this is how to do adobo. But right now, if you're going to look at the adobo in the country, we will see a lot of differences. And that's one innovation that we are always going to welcome. That procedures are there to be followed. But procedures are also there to be, yes, modified. Because there is always a kind of continuous improvement paradigm. Right? There's always that paradigm that things can be improved, that these two questions can be answered. What else can we do? How things can be done better? And those two questions should always be in the mind of our students. And if these are the questions that we have in mind, but there are opportunities given in the classrooms, do not exercise the answering of these questions. These are not part of the experiences of the children, then we will not prepare them for these disruptive technologies and these megatrends. And so let's really make sure that we use technology in planning, not only for schools, facilities, but also even in planning for our lesson. FYI for those who are here, the teachers of the DepEd, FYI for the next 3 years, for the last few years, by the way, we have given a lot of computers, not only to high schools, but even to elementary schools. And in the next 3 years, we will make sure that every teacher will have at least one laptop and one LCD. Ipo-program natin yan. Okay. Pero, merong ano yan, merong tracker. May tracker yan, tracker. Okay, and of course, priority first. Senior high school, then secondary school, up to the teachers in the small schools. That will be our priority. And we will be providing tablets for students, and we are still studying whether there should be one tablet, one student, or from what grade level are we going to start the distribution of tablets, and what will be the things that will be in the tablets. So we're still preparing for the policy, but I think the country is ready for that, and the government is ready to finance this. But we just have to make sure that our research is good enough to make sure that these are not just given and not utilized. Because if you want to give this, then that should be utilized. It cannot be not utilized because you're afraid to use it. If you have, di ba, yung libro, ang ganda-ganda naman ng mga libro ninyo. Ma'am, ang dami-dami libro sa library, tingnan nyo. Oh, ang saya ko, ang daming libro, pero tingnan ko yung dog. Walang dog ears! Ay, my God! Sabi ko, saya-saya ng libro nyo, bagong-bago. Pero nalulungkot ako kasi walang dog ears ang mga libro nyo. Gusto sabihin, hindi ginamit. Kasi sabi ni ma'am, sabi ni sir, huwag yung galawin niya kasi baka masira. Ayan. Okay, so display lang pala. So hindi pa nagbago pala ang mundo. Kasi ganun na yung sabi sa Noel Mitangir eh. Ay, filibusterismo ba yun? Sabi ni Rizal. Sinasabi ni Rizal na yung touch me not rin yung mga microscope noong panahon, di ba? Yung mga libro noong panahon, ganun pa rin, touch me not pa rin. Oh, and I think we cannot. Because if you don't really give them opportunities to use different equipment, different tools, for thinking, for sharing, and acting, then we are not preparing this generation for their future, which is very, very uncertain. And so what is certain? As of now, what is certain? What is known? Big pictures at the DepEd is certain. Okay, that is very certain. And that hopefully all of us teachers at the DepEd and all of us will help our country be able to realize this. This is a twofold vision, one for the learners and one for the teachers and education leaders. But both this vision, this picture, the points in this vision point out that all of us should be lifelong learners. And I just like to emphasize one thing, the item on nation building. Now, this morning I reviewed a House bill about NEDA, creation of a NEDA board and creation of a NEDA. And one of the things that we recommended is inclusion of DepEd secretary in the board, inclusion of DepEd secretary in the economic council. committee, inclusion of the DepEd Secretary in the Science, Technology, Information Committee. Why? Because the Department of Education should make sure that even if these kids are at basic ed, should already contribute to nation building. We cannot wait for the kids to graduate from college to be able to contribute to nation building. We cannot. We cannot afford that to happen. And we cannot afford human resource development to start at 10 at higher education institution. The start should even be in the play school, pre-kindergarten. And so if the DepEd is not represented in those committees, in the board, we will be left behind in planning for the whole country's human resource development. And so that's the reason why ako po, tuwang-tuwa ako pag nakaka-share ako ng big dreams. Because hopefully you will embrace this dream. Any little thing that you do to make sure that every child is valuated, that that child is respectful, that child will allow anyone to live with dignity. Di wala tayong drug addicts. Di wala tayong with the help of the parents and the other leaders in the community, kung pare-pareho yung gusto natin. Walang magiging drug dependent, walang pusher, walang even yung nanay, ginagawa, gamit minsan yung mga anak niya to earn a living. I talked with the principal, ma'am, yung anak niya, yung nanay ang bugaw. Di ba yung bugaw, di ba may mga sex, mga pornographic materials, nanay ang gumagawa. Binibenta yung mga, those things. You know, baby boomers yun, nagawa ng ganun. And so, how responsible these people are. So we hopefully will allow the kids to have values. Para yung next generation will be different, will be a better one. Not only people have the skills to use different platforms, different media, but people who care enough to allow people to live with dignity, to help people to live with dignity and respect. So, hopefully, tulong-tulong po tayo. Gagawin po natin yan. I know we can. And so, basic ed really is preparation for life. So we prepare the children for college. We prepare the kids for. But actually, it's not just preparation for college, preparation really for life. Because what we give at basic ed are foundational skills, right? So, and these are things that will help everyone to have lifelong learning skills. So, ambisyon, ang teacher, walang lecturer na kagaya ko ngayon. Di ba, ganito, kung ako ang teacher ninyo, araw-araw, ako yung nagsasalita. And at the end of the day, ako yung pagod na pagod. Pero mas pagod yung mga estudyante ko kasi ang sakit kaya sa puwet. At, di ba, masakit sa puwet. At wala kayong ginawa maghapon. Ako laglag ang balikat, hoarse voice na, laglag pang balikat ko. Kasi ako lang yung matalino. Ako lang kasi yung nagsasalita. At DepEd, mortal sin, whole class discussion, lecture, chalk talk, or basically writing and copying from the board. Diba? Gusto talaga ng chalk allowance. Kasi 21st century skills can never be developed if those are the methodologies of the teacher. So, hopefully, from pre-service, we will really make sure that teachers facilitate learning. Okay? O yan ang vision at ang mandato, hindi nagbabago. Ang vision ng team ni Ma'am Lily Briones, who by the way is celebrating her 70th birthday today. Oh, by the way, FYI, pag nakita niyo si Ma'am sa TV, parang mahina pero ang lakas niya. Yung mga directors nung budget hearing, pag natapos 1:15 ng madaling araw, siya, grabe pang energy. Yung mga directors na nandoon, laglag na ang mga ulo. Nagaganyan lang. Yeah, malakas po ang aming secretary. Natingin lang natin mahina, pero she can talk on and on. And she can remember a lot of things. Ang lakas po ng memory ni ma'am at 7th grade. Eh, tsaka marunong din po mag-Facebook. Yan ang agenda ni ma'am. So I will not discuss that one at a time, and anyway you can. Now, what about the people who are we dealing with? We are dealing with the millennials as teachers, and some of them are still at 10 higher education institutions, right? And some of these millennials are already teachers. So what kind of millennials do we have? Ito ang perception nila. Ang business is heading south. Ang loyalty nila has something to do with this. Noon, pag nakakuha na ng trabaho, halos hindi na yan, doon yan magre-retire. Kasi ang hirap kaya maghanap. And ganun yung loyalty nila. My first job is my last job. Hindi yan aalis ng agency. Ako lang siguro ang baby boomer na alis ng trabaho. Kasi parang millennial ako noon. Hindi ako natatakot umalis ng trabaho. Okay, anyway. So, diversity. Millennials love diversity. They do a lot of multitasking, right? And kung meron flexibility, yun ang gusto nila. Doon sila loyal. Walang loyalty sa company. Walang loyalty sa only on those two most important things for them. Okay, what about, pero ang feeling nila ay ganito, kulang ang preparation nila. That they would ask business and industry to help them have soft skills. And what are these soft skills? Interpersonal relations. When I speak of interpersonal relations, we are not talking of how many thousands of Facebook friends do you have. Diba? How many likes do you get? How many unfriends do you get as well? O unfriend pa lang, depressed na kasi na-unfriend. Diba? So, anyway, that's not the flexibility I'm talking about. Flexibility in work. But not flexibility or emotional resiliency. Because millennials are the generation, also are the people who have been easily gratified with what they want. Diba? Doon ang daming instance. Sa mga millennials, dumami yung mga instant. Instant coffee, instant noodles, marami ang mga, pati yung mga millennials, kabami yung mga instant babies, meron din po na. Pero teenage pregnancy is rising. Diba? And our concern on premarital sex is also rising. So parang ganun kasama doon yung instant. Because of those statistics. So anyway, yun po. And so if these are the millennials that we are dealing with now, that means that for the rest of the excess who are at basic ed and who are with Gen, and the rest, and the Y and the Z generations should be prepared in terms of soft skills in the school, not in the workplace. These are what millennials feel. And so we cannot allow business and industry to do the work for us. Education and training should develop these skills, not business and industry. These things can be honed, can be more developed, and be more focused in businesses and industry. But that preparation should start early on. Okay? So, yun po. At they are very idealistic. They want that. Kung may ginagawa ang leaders, dapat nakikita yung impact. Ang significance ng kanilang ginawa. Diba? So, these are people, and if we listen, and if we be mindful of these findings, that would really mean a lot for any one of us who is manning a classroom, who is manning a school. Because this should change our ways. Okay? So, yung dapat po, when we prepare the K-12 program, we take a look at the national and global issues, and we try to prepare a curriculum that will respond to these issues. And of course, the nature and the needs of our learners. But if we have a curriculum that is responsive to the development of the 21st century skills, the more important one is delivery. Because even if you put all these standards, learning standards in the curriculum, but the delivery has not changed, then nothing will be attained. Di ba? Okay? And so, tingnan po natin. We say that all the 21st century skills are integrated from K to 12. Now, has the teacher changed? What about the teaching and learning process? The models, the teaching and learning models, as I mentioned earlier, pedagogies, the strategies, techniques, and all of these. Have these changed? What about assessment? Are we still true or false? Or true, false, maybe? Maybe na. That's the innovation. Okay. Or are we not more subscriber of authentic assessment, portfolio assessment? Because these are outputs oriented. These are concrete evidences of performance tasks that allow the kids to show what they know and what they can do. Pero true, false pa rin. And that's are the kind of questions. What is the capital of? Who is the president of? When did Lapu-Lapu die? So if these are the kinds of assessment that we have, then nothing has changed. And 21st century skills will never be developed. And what about the instructional support system? If the instructional head, the school head, will always say, sumunod ka, magantay ka, your time will come. Ako muna. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. Ang ginawa ng school head, gusto niya, siya lang nag-iisip. The teacher is supposed to be a thinking individual. And the teacher should allow the kids to be able to think, to share and act. That is global education citizenship. And so yung teacher, hindi marunong na mag-isip kasi palagi na lang sinasabihan, itong sundin mo, pag Monday ito, pag alas 8 itong gawin mo, pag alas 9 hindi mo yung pwedeng gawin. O di ba, parang ganun na lang palagi. Si ma'am, hindi na nag-iisip, wait na lang po ako, baka sabihin nyo, obedient naman ako. And that is not the kind of education leaders we have. Every teacher is a leader, an education leader, because he has the power to influence. He does not only have the responsibility, she does not only have the responsibility, she have all the opportunities and the privilege and the power to influence the child. Therefore, the teacher is a leader. All of us, even if you don't have an appointment as head, dean, or vice president, or president, all of us are leaders because we influence the lives of so many. And so, paano maka-influence nga? Na hindi mo lamang tanungin ang ma'am, o ngayon anong gusto mo? Bakit? Ako minsan nasabihan na, nag-TIC po ako for 5 years and a half. That's my longest assignment at the Fed, in a farmland NPA invested area. Pero okay lang po. Because indicators are the following. 14, fourth year, first year, 56, biggest barangay. So therefore, participation is an issue. Graduation rate is an issue. Completion rate is an issue. Sabi ko, Lord, siguro ko, hindi ko naman ito hiningi. Dito po ako, gusto ko na dito. Basta sabi ko sa asawa ko, wag kang sasama. At wag niyo akong papakilala sa barangay. Kasi baka napagkawala nila ako na may pang tubos. Hindi ba? Baka iransom. So ako nagagala kasi sa 5 years na po wala namang nangyari. I even stop talk collection. Kasi yung mga teachers doon hinihinga ng NPA. So I told them, teachers dito po, wala po mga pera yan, ang daming utang yan. Kaya huwag na po kayong bingi. Talaga nagsasabi ako sa PTA conference ng gano'n. O pag may mga amon dito, mga classroom building, alam niyo po, kailangan yan mas maganda. Kasi mas para sa anak niyo yan. Kasi sabi ng engineer, hinihingan daw sila ng mga NPA. Uli, ako nag-a-announce, huwag niyo na pong hingan, pero po kailangan mag-donate kayo kasi kailangan natin i-pay yung paano nakikiusap lang po ako. Anyway, only for the love of the kids. And yun po ang back to what I was saying. We need to work hand in hand. And we need to make sure that Facebook, all the different platforms, applications, are used for instruction. So, hindi ka Facebook, ay, itong breakfast ko, ay, ito na ako, ang ganda-ganda ko, post. ATM, waiting here at the department lounge. Lahat na lang. Teacher, nag-away pa yung teacher. Hoy, Bachita! Suskurset, nag-Facebook pa. Yung mga vlogs, anong problema? Nagkulang, lahat na lang nandun. Hindi naman daro. We will use ICT, media, for instruction. Make sure that we become models in the use of these responsibly. Right? So, ako'y natutuwa minsan kasi may libangan yung mga guro. Kasi, at saka merong outlet yung mga guro. Sa kung ano yung mga kanilang nararamdaman, may outlet. Pero kung minsan, isulat na lang natin. Kasi isulat na lang natin. Huwag nang idamay yung mundo. kasi tayo, no, naalala ko. Sabi ng isang tao, bakit mo naman ikunento sa kanya yan? Di ba, sikreto ko yun? Bakit ikunento mo? Ngayon wala nang sikreto. www na. World, ano yun? Wild, wide world. Wild, wide world. Hindi niya pinag-post sa wild, wide world. So everybody knows. Anong breakfast mo? Anong damit mo? Anong bagong sapatos? Bago mong appointment? Lahat, mundo ang nakakaalam. Di ba? Ang galing-galing. Now, but these things can also be used in other ways. To hone 21st century skills. And so, take a look at what's going to happen. And I believe that our way of partnering with people should also change. The first learning that I got when I went to DepEd, and when my children transferred to DepEd, is this. PTA conference homeroom. Siyempre nag-attend ang mother. Tapos, yung mom, meron na doon sa blackboard. Ito yung gusto niyang project. Nakalista. Lahat. Cortina, steel cabinet, tapos kailangan mag-grills yung bintana, minsan pa nga, pero kailangan ma-repair kasi noon wala mga sili ang mga classrooms. Iniiwanan na walang ceiling, di ba? So, pinapa-project sa parents, ano. Tapos sa ilalim ng blackboard, divided by number of parents. Tapos, ano na ang contribution? Now, that means you are telling people what to do. Telling people how to share the burden. But many leaders now are different. They are now transformational leaders where they do report card and the people, the different stakeholders identify the issues and later on, together, they come up with a program. So, in one principal told me, Ma'am, doon, nag-summit sila, tapos sabi ng mayor, nakita yung data, ang dami pala malnourished. By the way, I requested people who are in charge of this program, yung feeding program, na huwag gumamit ng wasted. Kasi may bata ba na wasted? Severely wasted. So, pwede bang malnourished na lang? Kasi, pag wasted, parang wala ng pag-asa sa mundo. So, mo naman, kasi sabi niya ginagamit niya ng, di ba na gamitin nila yan? Basta sa Pilipinas, hindi. Di ba? Teachers, we're teachers, we don't label kids. So anyway, okay. So, sabi ng stakeholders, sabi ng mayor, ando yung mga kapitan, PTA presidents, school heads, a lot of other stakeholders. The mayor said, huwag na tayong maglakbay-aral. Pero iplanuin na lang natin kung paano natin i-augment itong gagamitin natin pera sa feeding program. Did the principal or district supervisor say that? They did not. These come from the community. The suggestion came from the community. And so nobody told them what to do. They were the ones who thought about it. Ganun po yung leader. Ganun klase ang partnership na dapat ginagawa natin. We share the dreams. We share the data. What's our data? And later we ask, what can we do together? And so co-ownership is there. Co-ownership, not only the dreams, but the programs and projects would always be there. And so everybody is allowed to think. And that's a very collegial way of doing it. So if we say education is a total village responsibility, then nobody can tell anyone how to do, what to do, to make sure that that is a responsibility of all. But there should be a shared, collaborative effort to address education in the different communities. Yun po ang transformational leadership. And that is the box. Ito po yung box na to. Yung relevant community industry partnership. Okay, so, yan ang dream. Kung ang dream natin ay ganyan, walang katotohanan yan pag hindi nagbago ang classroom. Okay, how can these children be ready for work? How can these kids be entrepreneurs if there is no real entrepreneurship in the school? So, mahirap po yan pag walang practice sa eskwelahan. Like, kung ang daming scientist na bata, pero mahirap yan ang scientific minds nila kung wala namang projects sa classroom. Kung may project, one competition lang, it is not relevant to nation building if that is. Okay, so look at the 21st century skills. Okay, let's take a look at the kindergarten. Okay, let's go to kindergarten. Can we give the kindergarten a chance to do an exhibit of their outputs? And that they are the ones who will create the plan on how to exhibit. They can. So, don't worry. Kids can. And can they form questions? Kindergarten, lalo na, 5-year-old kaya yan. Kung mga curious niyan. If we ask them, okay, mga bata, pupunta tayo doon sa ganitong lugar. Anong mga katanungan meron kayo? Can they formulate questions? Yes. And so those things are part of science. STEM po yan. So sabi ng teacher, mga bata, dapat naliligo kayo araw-araw pag maging malinis. Ang paglinis ay ganito, 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 ganito. Hindi mo pwedeng tanungin, paano dapat maging malinis araw-araw? Can they also do this in groups? So, ako na-experiment. Minsan, I ask a group. Hindi na ako mag-experiment dito. And, nung tinanong ko yun, lahat nakatungo. Yung mga participants, nakatungo. And there was this, after 3 minutes, there was this participant who slowly raised her hand. And I said, you know, I'm sorry, but we are products of whole class discussion. Because if we are asked to do something, we don't talk a lot. In whole class discussion, in 1 hour session, how many talks? Only 1? Or 2 or 3 among the students, right? And the rest, they don't. Ako po, meron akong nakita doon nung ako'y nag-aral. Pag kailangan magsalita na ako, first meeting pa lang. So ako susunod kahit hindi na ako magsalita kasi papasa na ako doon. Nakita ko yung trend na gano'n. Kasi makilala ka na ng teacher mo, okay ka na. Kahit hindi ka tumataas ng kamay, akala niya, alam mo yung sagot. So parang gano'n. But then, it does not allow kids to do something. And that is the 21st century learning. So, look at this. Risk-taking. I will tell you what risk-taking is. And you repeat after me the definition of risk-taking. Repeat. Okay. Ikaw, pwede ba tinagawa? Now, do you understand what risk-taking is? People will say, yes. Pag-reset ulit. Oh. Ngayon, sasabihin ko na, now, you are going to be great risk-takers. Pwede ba yun? Hindi pwede. We have to give them opportunities, experiences that will allow them to take risks from kindergarten to college to higher ed. Otherwise, if you only do this in higher ed, that's too late. Tingnan mo, nag-iisip pa ng naglurosaryo pa bago mag-take na risk. Ang dami, hindi siya spontaneous. Hindi ko sinasabing masama ang pagrosaryo, pero hindi pwedeng matagal. Kapag kasi madali, kung sanay tayo mag-take the risk, we can always be flexible. Ang emotional resiliency, malaki. O tingnan mo ngayon mga bata, ang sabi lang, nagbago lang. Hindi unlike lang. Depressed na ako, sad na sad ako. Sad na sad. Ay ka, sad na sad ka rin ba? Hindi ba sad na sad? Stress na ako. And I met this psychiatrist. Alam mo ba, ma'am, meron akong, consultant po ako sa ditong org. Sabi mo naman sa akin ng millennial na empleyado, Dok, tulungan mo naman ako mag-file ng stress leave. Uy, hindi pa na-invento yan ang civil service. No, and I hope it will not be invented. Because what we'll do is develop all these 21st century soft skills among our learners. Right? Kasi pag hindi, ganun mo yung mangyayari sa mga workers later. Mas dadami pa yan. If we will not give them opportunities to create, to be critical thinkers, to take the risk, to solve real-life problems, to do projects. Pag wala po yan sa classroom, sa campus, sa community, where kids are all engaged, wala po. We are not preparing them for this uncertain future. O diba? You cannot discuss content. And that's it. And if they all memorize content, perfect! Oh my God, ang galing ng estudyante ko, hindi yan magaling. Kasi, ang magaling, kailangan nag-iisip yung bata. Nag-design, nag-create, nag-innovate. If they cannot do this thinking with other people, working with other people, collaborating with their classmates, di ba, hindi talaga yan uubra. Hindi talaga yan pwede. Kasi kawawa talaga sila. At kawawa tayo. Kasi tingnan nyo, matanda na tayo noon. Pag ganyan yung mga bata na produce natin, pare-pare tayong liability. Di ba? Senior citizens ka na, yung mga, hindi mo pa maasahan yung mga young workers. Kasi hindi nga sila marunong. Because we did not prepare them. Yes. So interpersonal relations. That's the reason why we have to make sure that they have real friends. Interpersonal relations. That they talk. We cannot afford the idea that when there is bonding activity, when there are people grouped together, tingnan mo, punta ka sa isang restaurant on weekends. What do people do? O magbanding kami, ano nangyayari sa mga tables? Kana ka ng gadget. O tinitext mo ba si mama mo, nandiyan sa harap mo. Hindi pwedeng ganun, kasi we are building collaboration. Not only through media, but F2F. Person to person. So, we need civic responsibility. Let's say the project, let's say there is no project-based learning or problem-based learning related to community's problem. So how can we teach civic responsibility? Selfie lahat yan. Kaligayahan ko. Di mo kaligayahan ko, naghiwalay. Hindi ko na ikaw love, bye-bye. The other day, I was listening to someone dun sa parlor. alam mo yan ma'am, na ganyan. Kasi may asawa yan, nag-asawa na naman, kasi hindi niya na-love. Iniwanan, may anak. Responsibility. Hindi pwedeng kalagayahan ko lang, di ba? Mga ganun. So how do we teach this? So nakita natin, ang family is a very valuable unit of society. How does this perpetuate? Paano yan mapiperpetuate? Hindi yung nakikita sa movie or movies. So ang dami po natin makikita na pwede natin magawa sa eskwelahan lang. Pero hindi naman natin susuluhin yan. As I said, this is not just us. This is about community work as well. Okay. So, let's take a look at one more soft skill. Dito po sa linya ng life and career skills. Interactive and self-direction. So, kung lahat na lang sinasabi ng guro, may stage, mag-prepare tayo ng program. Itong gawin nyo, ang color ng backdrop ay dapat blue. Ang flower ay kalachuchi. Kung lahat sinasabi, paano yung self-direction? How do you develop self-direction when everything is told by the teacher? Directed, everything is spelled out. Procedure is something rigid. So these skills, the 21st century skills, can never be an objective for the day only, but should be part of the learning processes every day, from kindergarten to even graduate school. Otherwise, there will be no 21st century skills. Okay. Parang kung bigat ng ng sinabi ko, parang oo ba, na-feel ko yun, na-feel ko. Now, and if you take a look at all these changes and all these developments in the future, that really underscores STEM. The importance of science, technology, engineering, and math. The importance of RTU. And even outside RTU education. Because it is not only the responsibility of RTU to teach technology, engineering, and math, but all of us. Okay, so, lahat po yan, kaya nga po sa DepEd, ang gagawin po namin, may STEM, from learning skills, different opportunities for STEM from kindergarten. I'll show you how we will do it. Okay, experiential. Di ba yung inquiry-based education, project-based learning, problem-based learning, can this be done at kindergarten? Yes. Di ba, lahat yan. And this cannot be done only at the graduate level. Kasi doon, problem, action researchers, di ba, mga researchers, nandito yan sa graduate program. Ang iba, nag-umpisa sa college. Pero parang ang project, baka project lang. Kung mabigat yung project, pamama yun. Diba? Paano yung 21st century skills? Pero dapat ang project, ang problema para sa bata. So that the kids will be able to learn or experience 21st century skills. Okay, so what we will also do is not just pray and really, I'm praying for all teachers na yung mga, kasi ang iba, love na love talaga yung mga sinabi ko na mga approaches. Ayaw nila makipag-divorce doon. Love na love talaga nila. Talagang kung ano na yung na-love nila, ay okay na sa akin maging faithful. Yung faithful sa asawa, loyal to friends. Pero yung faithful ka sa talk, sa lecture, ayan ang kayong faithfulness. Di ba mahirap yun? So we'll do more school-based. School-based scouting, school-based festival of talents, school-based science investigatory projects, school-based na mga sports, scouting, and everything. Because these are 21st century skills development opportunities. And hopefully, lahat ng projects may connection sa community. Ito, hindi ko po alam kung nabanggit ko na yan at narinig niyo na po. Pero, nung nagsa-science investigatory project po, isa sa criterion is this, that is relevant to the community's problem. Okay, here is a lady, young lady, I think grade 8. She came up with an ointment. Ointment is for varicose veins. Sabi, bakit naman? So, ina-interview ko siya, bakit naman ang ointment for varicose veins? Ma'am, kasi ang dami daw guro na maraming varicose. Sabi ko, paano ba na-prove na yung ointment mo is really useful and effective? Ma'am, 20 po na mga guro sa school namin ang gumamit yan. Pag lumiit na yung pansit na, siguro ko bihon na lang. Hindi na pansit canton. So, that's my point. We cannot ask our kids to have an activity or a project that is not relevant. Dapat may impact, may usefulness. Hindi pwedeng yung project pang ano lang, basta lang maka-project. It should be something. Now, I observe a class, a grade 3 class. And sabi, doon yung mga estudyante na grade 3, may diorama sila. Ang assignment ng teacher was to depict the history of the state. Grade 3 sa New York po ito na eskulahan. Pero tingnan niyo po, magagawa po natin to. And I would also give you a story doon sa atin sa Pilipinas. Yung diorama allow the kids to make a design and to create representations. So, sabi ko, bakit meron ditong puno, bakit meron ganito, bakit ganito yung kulay? The kids explain, bakit ganun yung choice niya. So, it is a design, right? They were so creative, and they were able to depict the history, the kind of state they have through the diorama. So, parang seemingly, it's not useful, but it will allow the kids to think and make the history of the state very, very relevant to them. So, kaysa kung pinamemorize ng guro yung mga statistics na yun, hindi yun magiging significant to the kids. So, dito sa Isabela, sir, sa Isabela National High School, they did a robot that would help the farmers plant, harvest, and place the harvest to the containers of the corn. So, iyan po ang mga examples na kailangan nag-iisip yung mga bata sa projects at relevant sa community ang kanilang mga projects. Remember the vision that the kids will be able to contribute to nation building. They don't have to do big time. They don't have to do a very big project that will impact nationally. But if they have project that will impact one block, one street, one barangay, small barangay, that will be the beginning of their contribution. And when they grow up, they will be more concerned with other people in our country and the whole world. And we cannot teach them by memorizing, dapat maging compassionate kayo. Okay, repeat after me, I am compassionate. I am caring. That could never be done. And we could never inculcate those values without those opportunities. Okay? So, okay, tingnan natin ulit. Observing. Can the kid tell you what he or she can see inside the classroom? Yes. In the campus. That will teach them how to observe very, very keenly. Right? So lahat po yan, tingnan niyo po yung basic science processes. These are processes, science processes which you need in STEM. But which you can hone or develop part of all learning processes in language. Filipino, mother tongue, English. In Araling Panglipunan. In edukasyon sa pagpapakatao. In PE, in MAPE. Lahat po yan na science processes can be integrated in all the things that we do in different learning areas. True or false? Oh, pahirap talaga ang true or false. Maybe na lang. So, take a look at the skills that can be formulating hypothesis. Can it be done in araling panglipunan? Yes. All these can be done in all learning areas. And so, take a look at the higher order thinking skills. Critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, decision making. And yung previous slide ko, kasama na yung design thinking, systems thinking. Can this be done in all learning areas? Yes. So, DepEd now is embarking on a policy that STEM should be strengthened from K to 12 and in all learning areas. So there will be STEM in arts, STEM in sports, STEM in TVL, STEM in languages. Because as you can see, all these scientific processes, which are all STEM processes, can be done in all learning areas. Mga activities natin, pwedeng may ganyan na na-develop ito po, di ba? Okay, so yan. So, let us together make sure that every learner is first. Because we say that no one should be left behind in terms of access, in terms of quality basic ed. So every learner, therefore, should be engaged, fully engaged in the classroom, fully engaged and participative in the campus, in the community as well. Those are the 3 C's. So hopefully, salamat po, you are doing teaching, learning, development programs. Yung proactive po tayo palagi sa community engagement, and hopefully, the instructional support is there. The DepEd is doing a lot of training programs for education leaders as well. And so, my 2 slides. Yes. Ang dami pong gagawin, and being a lifelong learner is not an easy task. Learning and learning and relearning is not easy unless we want to teach from the heart. Unless we like to read also from the heart. Kasi, kung sumubong loud wala lang. Okay lang sa akin ang walang loud Basta, marunong magmahal sa bata. At nag-iisip ng kapakanan ng bata. Para sa kinabukasan ng bata. Diba? Lahat tayo ganoon. Kaya, by the way, pray natin yung mga kapwa nating guro. Kasi ang daming nangyayari sa labas. Okay, so together, hopefully, we will all be able to provide quality that's accessible and relevant and liberating. Only because we're able to develop and use 21st century skills every day. So maraming pong salamat. Hopefully, we will be able to enjoy every moment of this responsibility, the opportunity that we all have, the privilege to be teachers, and the opportunity also to influence other people. God bless everyone. Maraming salamat po ulit.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dino. Once again, let's give a round of applause for Dr. Lorna Dino. Thank you so much, Dr. Dino, for that very informative and engaging keynote speech. And to award the plaque of appreciation to Dr. Dino, may I call in Dr. Chamnong Apinda, the President of ICEPD Thailand, and Dr. Salvacion J. Pacheco, Vice President for Academic Affairs of Rizal Technological University. Once again, everyone, Dr. Lorna Dino, thank you so much, Dr. Dino, for gracing us with your presence this afternoon. And to keep the ball rolling, let me now call on Professor Rolando Emilio C. Socorro, the Executive Director of ICEPD, for the introduction of our first plenary resource speaker.
Thank you very much, sir. Once again, good afternoon. And thank you for being here this afternoon. Today we are very pleased to welcome Dr. Junyastil Rataguku, a very special guest from Indonesia. Dr. Junyastil Rataguku is an expert staff of State University of Medan, Indonesia. He finished his bachelor's degree from North Sumatra University, major in instrumentation of physics. And for his master's degree from University of Indonesia, major physics of instrumentation on material sensor, and for his PhD degree from Institute Technology of Bandung, major in material science and physics. And today, he will be sharing with us his expert opinions on designing on innovation classroom in a digital world, from traditional to blended learning. With that, I ask you that you give your full attention to our expert speaker and help me in welcoming him to stage, Dr. Astor.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I think the presentation from the Dr. Dino is very amazing because she is covering all of from the curriculum to the innovative and also everything in education. But today I just pushing again about the education into making of the innovative classroom. My name is Junyastil Rajaguguk. Rajaguguk is the family name from Indonesia, exactly from North Sumatra. I think Sumatra is the biggest island in Indonesia. Come from State University of Medan, and now working there. Okay, my title for discuss today is designing an innovative classroom. We start from the traditional to blended learning. Actually, all of the education, the field of education, how to making the classroom engaging of the students like that, and also how to making the student students have interest to us as teacher. Okay, before that, let's me introduce. This is my town from Medan, and actually go to Mandaluyong city. Mandaluyong, yeah, Mandaluyong city, Indonesia. Kota Mandaluyong, Indonesia language. Yeah, yeah. This is the Google Map by using technology also, but just Google Map. But for the really, we can't directly go from Medan to Manila, so must extend. From Kuala Lumpur and then go again to Manila from Kuala Lumpur. And this is my university area, and this is my office, special office, postgraduate in UNIMED. Okay, a bit about of Indonesia. In Indonesia, so the population in Indonesia is very big, maybe around 261 million. Still bigger than Japan, almost similar to USA maybe, because USA 320 million. And Indonesia, this is one, Indonesia the big thing in education, in digital media, using Facebook, around 35 million using of Facebook, and also more than the population of Canada. And then Twitter also, and internet penetration 12.5%, and using internet cave, smartphone, and also I think in Indonesia, all of the technology come from Europe, from East, the follow of from the by Indonesian people, so that the technology using in the life of the education. Now, how to making the classroom the innovate? Now, before this, I introduce my university faculty. In UNIMED have 7 faculties and 1 postgraduate, include math and science and engineering. The third is language and arts, and social science, economics, education. So have 1 faculty special of 4 education faculty. But each of the faculty have major of education, like this one, math and science, still have mathematics education, have physics education and chemistry education, and then biology education, and also engineering have education. But this is the pure of education for all elementary, from the start from kindergarten up to senior high school, and also higher education. This is my outline for the talk today. The first is traditional versus innovative classroom. The second is the process of innovation. And the third, 21st century learning, almost similar to the Dr. D. Yes. And then the last is blended learning. Now, if I want to, I show to you this picture, which picture do you need happen in your class? I think all of us need the right side. Yeah. Yeah, why? Because on the right side have, what's this? Yes, tablet. everyone with a tablet maybe. Yeah, and also so many things in his mind have a software like a cake, and also have all and thing can make his happy. But in left side, just books. Yeah, and then also very big books. Yeah. But how about the process? How about the output? Output of this picture and this picture? I think based on research, the output to understand about the learn this teacher can produce the good field outcome. Where's the innovative classroom? Okay, this one. Oh, this may be the professor making the class very strict. Yeah, every chair just you make the line must be the same line and the same row. Yeah, but this one, every student have a very interactive. Now this is the picture most outer side in Indonesia. This one like near to Papua New Guinea. Yeah. Yes, but the classroom still have interactive and still making the innovative. Yeah, all of material can use in this class for discussion. But this class also using the technology. But how about the innovative classroom? Just they are just watching and hearing from their teachers. This is, for example, classroom teaching in America. Almost similar. Yeah, and also all of country still not have perfect for the innovative classroom. Not have perfect. Why? Because all of country still developing the classroom, how to following the technology like that, how to making the classroom so made to the students. Yeah, so it's the same. Still have the research, and also this the classroom teaching in Malaysia. Yeah, use the culture. Yeah, and also still have using this like a group, small group, and then making showing, and also every student have the interactive to doing everything related to the major. And classroom teaching in Indonesia. This is the kindergarten class. Then this is elementary school, and this is for 7th grade, junior high school, and this one senior high school. Actually, all of the class just for the first step making of the small group, and also this classroom teaching in Japan. Actually, almost similar, making the small group and give the simple problem to students, and then students have making the reason and maybe present in the class. Now, the second, the process of innovation. Now, The innovation have two keys: learning and inventing. So, I want to ask to you: are some people creative than others? I think not. Do some people naturally come up with better, more innovative idea? It may seem like this, but it's absolutely not the case. Innovative is to finding and defining what kind of the customer need, what kind of the customer need. So this is the innovative. So who are the customer? Maybe for this hotel, the customer is the guest, but for our customer in the school are students. So how to now what are their need in this class, in the class? This is the innovation. So if customer can get their need from us, this is the innovative. So innovation is a process, not an event, also not outcomes. So every teacher can do to create an innovative classroom. This is the innovation. Innovation can't be tested or graded, but it can build up. This is the sentence very important. Maybe all of us in this room can make it in our mind how to build the innovation by using of this sentence. Now, this is the teacher strategy. So we go to the next step. The innovation we know how to making the innovation for generally, but for the classroom, for the teacher, we have the strategy to create innovative class. The first is give student a problem. What problem will be give to student? Remember, the problem is both interesting and authentic. This is the key of the problem. And also, give student the basics, but give it short. Don't very long problem. This one, model great research skills. Before the speaker suggests to us the model of the learning model in the class, like problem-based learning, inquiry, and also what kind else? Problem-based learning, inquiry model, project-based, and then not remember. Yeah. So sorry. Making the model. Yeah. But always start from the problem. And then scaffold complex skill. The teacher must be know how about the skill of their student. The next, check for understanding always, and also search for found and the cycle object, and model mental inventory taking. This is the teacher strategy for making the innovative class. Now this is the conceptual model of teaching, effective of teacher. We have 10 concept models to produce innovative classroom. Have 10 factors. this one, preparation and organization. Yeah, I think everyone, every teacher now have been now to prepare, must prepare uh, an organization of the lesson. So before us teach, please prepare your material. Don't try to teach the students, but your material is empty. And the second, presentation style is very important. Yeah, you must construct the presentation style. And the third, classroom management. After presentation style, the classroom management is also very important. How to manage the student skill. If have the clever and more clever how to managing of the student seat, and also multivisional strategy. This one, we have a strategy multivisional. Motivation is very important. Yeah, we must give the motivation to student, and then effective communication. Yeah, sometimes we can use the mother language. Yeah, how to don't give the high language to for elementary students. Don't give the low level language to the high school like that. So match your language, and then student teacher interaction. Yeah, I think in Philippines the interaction of teacher with students is very close. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so the teacher, the students feel very close with their teacher. And also evaluation and feedback. After all of these factors you do need, and then making evaluation, re-evaluation again, and then informal academic support. I think this one, informal academic support, like facilitation, how the headmaster to support you as teacher, how your husband and your wife to support your job like that. And then personal attribute and subject mastery. After these factors to making in our class, in our teaching, I hope the innovation classroom will appear. Now, how the correlation of innovation to digital world? Dr. Dino have opening about the technology in education. Now I just told you this is the technology now, the recently of the technology. Internet ready for our phone. Yeah, I think if one or teacher not have the internet in his her phone, is the problem. So don't again just making using the handphone but not have internet. So at least you have a smartphone. You have a smartphone? Oh yes. Oh no. Yeah. Maybe you have a change after this class. Yeah. Because every day, every time, every minute, every second have the information change in the world, so it can access by smartphone. After that, handle computers. Yeah, computers maybe you can put in your school, in your house, and also digital camera. Yeah, digital camera. I think integrated to the phone. Yeah, this is the just additional MP3, MP4 players and a laptop. This is a flashback for Indonesia. Indonesian have the support for the successful students. The first is this is the input. Student is input. Have support. This is the big support from the curriculum book. I think all of school have a curriculum book. This is the teacher and also the laboratory device, and then examination standard, and then managerial school, and also money to support everything. What you want to know in the school, and you will have a success for the students. And the contribution for the teacher, actually more than 50% all of country in the world have the contribute from the teacher. For example, the New Zealand 58% contribution come from teacher to student achievement. And also in USA, also 53% teacher have the big contribute to the student achievement. Just one element from the teacher. And also Indonesia have 55.5% contribute come from teacher. Another come from the several element. And this is the third outline, 21st century learning. 21st century learning. This is the need word of this 21st century learning. What are essential competence for 21st century? And the second is, what kind of the suitable teaching learning process? And this one, what are essential teacher competence to handle those teaching learning? And the fourth is, what kind of the teacher education model to produce a competent teacher? Okay, let's see one by one. Essential question also, what must student know and be able to do in order to productive and successful in the world today? So many prepare for student, so they are success. These the two kind of the question for students and for teacher. So for teacher, what must teacher know and be able to do cultivate an environment conducive to cultivating these skills. And then the outcomes for today: identify innovation skills. Students need to be college and career ready. So we will be identify the innovation skill, and then identify the teacher practice and concentration to promote their skill. And the third, apply this awareness to evaluating and creating innovative lesson by using blended learning. Now, I just saw myth or threat. 21st century learning all about technology. Are you sure? Myth or threat? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Just myth. Why? Yeah. The fact is, 21st century skills are all about student meeting the needs to their world. Why? Because the technology just using as a tools, just a tool to get all of the outcomes what we need. So the technology just a small part to contribute to and then to produce of the innovation. But student meeting the needs to their world is the truth. This is the framework for 21st century learning. But for Dr. Dino have revised in Philippines because she have four elements for core subject of the 21st century learning. She make life and career skills and learning and innovation skills, information, media and technology skills, and the fourth is the communication. Actually the communication she separate from the learning and innovation skill. Yeah, that's good. Core subjects and 21st century learning mastery. Subject and 21st century learning. So we have 3 or 4. That is the fundamentally to support of this core. Now, the learning and innovation skill, we are focused on critical thinking. And the second is communication, collaboration, and creativity. So we can call 4 C's. Now, how about the critical thinking? Okay, let's see the critical thinking. This is the myth. Critical thinking is thinking hard and doing puzzles. Oh no. This is not a critical thinking. Just making how about I want to success. How be the success? Not the critical thinking. So if the student have the puzzles and how to combine and making the puzzle is complete, not the critical thinking. So how about the critical thinking? The critical thinking have 5 elements. If you have a student have the critical thinking, he will have these elements. Information and discovery. He use the information and discovery to construct all of the mining in this in his mind. And also, always he have reasoning, evaluating, problem solving, and analyzing. These are the elements will be used for of one student that use critical thinking. And the second, this is the myth, communication after critical thinking. The second is communication. Communication means working in group. True or myth? Yes, this is the myth. Communication not only mean working in group. Yeah. So how about the communication? Communication of the effective listening. I think no one can make the communication if he didn't listening. So the first step, he must listen from the teacher. After that, delivering oral presentation, argument. He have the to managing of the information from his listen from the teacher, and then delivering oral presentation, and then communicate using digital media. This one. not only communicate by his life, their life, but also by using digital media. Yeah, now we have a Facebook, Twitter, Line, WhatsApp, all of the digital media. And the fourth is engaging in conversation and discussion. And the last is communication in diverse environment. So this is the truth. How about the collaboration? After the communication, we have the collaboration. The main is collaboration means put students in work group. Not only this, making a group, and then after that, lost everything. Just give them discussion, not have a direction. Now, how about the collaboration? The truth is collaboration is have leadership and initiative. In the group must be have leadership and initiative from the students. And also must be appear the cooperation come from all of the students. And flexibility, don't be strong. Oh, must be me and me and me. Not like that. But all of the element of the students, we must give the session for talk about his divining and his argument, like that. So flexibility. And then responsibility and productivity. And also collaborate using digital media. Also using the digital media. This is the innovative in this 21st century learning. And the last is responsiveness and constructive feedback. We can ask one by one in the group, how about the feedback from the argumentation from his friend. And the next is creativity. The last in the 21st century learning have the creativity. So how about the creativity? Creativity is for artists? Oh no, I think so no. So what kind of the element we can get from creativity? This one. The creativity is idea generation. This one. Idea generation. And the second, idea design and refinement. Don't take the design from the long time or not the creative. So if one have a design, the new design, how this design again, redesign again, and redesign again, so this have other creativity. And then openness and courage to explore. Work creativity with others and creative production and innovation. So if the group have the task, this task must we can construct this task up to produce in the maybe project like that. The task maybe can produce to the presentation in the front of the class. And the second core in the 21st century depth is information, media, and technology skills. We have how about the technology skills? The first is information literacy, media literacy, ICT literacy. Today, We live in technology and media-driven environment marked by access to an abundance of information, rapid change in technology, tools, and the ability to collaborate and many individual contribution and unprecedented scale. So everything just we use the tools to looking for the information and media. And life and career skills focus on flexibility and adaptability. This the need for to life and career skills, and also initiative and self-direction, social and cross-cultural skills, and productivity and accountability, and then also leadership and responsibility. Now, today's teacher must work, care, and see. Communication in instructional planning. These are for reminding of the teacher. Are conditions conducive to learning? Let's just thinking this question, and we will watch the one video. Are learning goals clear, standard-based, and understood by students? Are instructional methods balanced and facilitated when possible? Are performance tests relevant and purposeful? And also, are students engaged? If not, how can they be engaged? Okay, let's see the video. You have a sound?
Open puro po. Three, two, one, move up.
And then I would get this one right, and we make all three.
Three, two, one, move up.
And then I would get this one right, and we make all three. Non-negotiable. Okay.
I've been a teacher for 15 years. If it wasn't for my discovery of deeper learning, which I owe to conversations with other passionate educators who make that discovery for themselves, I would know. I was ready to walk away. The community of students that I deal with are low income. They're in a high crime neighborhood. I felt that the system was doing students a major disservice. I felt that it was an uphill battle that could not be won. When I started, I was the guy standing up at the board with a piece of chalk in my hand, writing copious amounts of information, hoping the kids would copy it down. On Friday, I'd give them an exam and hope for the best. Now, I provide students with the opportunity to ask the questions, become captains of their own learning. That residue of me being the master and leader and commander in a classroom is gone. I define deeper learning as the intersection between skills and understandings. Deeper learning capitalizes on what you know, the basic skills of language, of mathematics, of science, of history, to use it in an authentic way. Use it in the way that you or I or any adult out in the working world would have to use those skills. When I came over and said, how's it going? Before they answered me, they asked each other. And that was just like, for me.
I try to use more projects, more collaboration, much more of a discussion-based classroom setting. Deeper learning naturally pushes the students to learn and master communication, collaboration, problem solving and critical thinking.
I know your oil's in demand, but we are in round 9. At this point, it's best if you just give away all of your oil.
It's the students who keep each other accountable, and so there might be 30 teachers in the classroom instead of just one teacher. What type of economic concepts you just naturally see come to you?
I thought that the concept of supply and demand was really explored in this, just that Qatar and Brazil had highly demanded products, and the supply was very low, only 2 countries made it, and you see how that affects everything, and how countries react to every other country.
You're learning to learn. You're not learning for a grade or to do well on a test. You're learning because it's going to prepare you better for life after school.
If students can become agents of their learning, there isn't a question they can be asked on a multiple choice exam that they're not going to be able to handle. And I found that students were doing better on these assessments. Their scores were rising. My hope is that these tests become a little bit more authentic to reflect this deeper learning. But that to me was just vindication and proof that what I'm doing and what deeper learning is all about is the future of education.
The students are enjoying learning. They are engaged on a whole nother level than I even expected. It's a Title I school, and the great increase in our school's achievement is directly related to deeper learning in our classrooms.
I really believe that any teacher can do deeper learning with any student. It doesn't require a lot of funding. It doesn't require special technology in the classroom. Anyone can do it, anywhere, at any time.
Anywhere, anytime, anytime. So we back to this question. I think all of the questions have agreed. We are agreed, yeah, because they have the condition conducive. They have learning goals clear, and they have the instructional method balance, and then also performance task and student engaged. Yeah. So every teacher can making the learning very deep, and the student have the experience very deep, and also all of student, every student can't forget his experience about the lesson, because the learning in the class very deep. We can move the classroom from the general class to the laboratory. We can move to the library. We can move to the environment. We can move to all of the mix with the lesson. And also, we can mix with the method. We can making the media, the simple media. We can make our friend, our teacher, our friend, the other teacher can invite to our class to have our session like that. Every day, teacher can do deeper learning. So this is the how to facilitate the teaching. This one, creating a socially supportive environment through clear expectation and modeling of respect and value of diverse perspectives and contribution. Creating, answering, offering, and answering academics tasks, offering appropriate academic scaffolding, and answering academic tasks are purposeful. So don't try only making the tasks but not mix with the lesson today. Don't give the oh, I cannot come to the class, so let's just read your book. Yeah, and also if you want to give making the task, this is the key. Academic tasks and academic tasks are purposeful, relevant, and applicable to student life. And also, how to facilitate teaching the continue, allowing students choice and decision making related to the academic tasks, including students in determining and monitoring their learning goals, and also encouraging students to interact and discuss ideas with both their teacher and peers. So their peers and the teacher is the pool of media. So promoting widespread student participation in discussion by emphasizing what is correct in response. And the last, the facilitative teaching, encouraging peer cooperation as an integral part of the learning process, and then offering encouragement that emphasizes improvement, effort, and process. This is the facilitation of teaching to making the innovative classroom. So how about the students? We can make the blended learning. This is just an introduction for the blended learning. Yeah, blended learning, we want to get the right mix, like a blend the juice. So what's the blended learning? Blended learning is any time the student learn at least in a part at the supervised brick and mortar location from home, and at least in part through online. So the blended learning is mixed with face-to-face in classroom and by using of online. Maybe for the next workshop, we can try to making the virtual class by using the technology in internet. Then what's the blended learning? University of Calgary position paper on blended learning. This is definition blended learning by University of Calgary. Approached course design that meaningfully brings together the best of the face-to-face and online learning. So the key of the blended learning is face-to-face classroom mixed with online learning. So depend on all of teacher how to making the online learning, how to face-to-face learning. We have the discuss about that before slide. And this is the concept of blended learning. Make the mix with you want. Maybe I like this fruits, and fruits makes to make to the juicer, and juice very nice. If you have the taste, very nice taste, this is the blended learning successful. So must be super well structured, and expectation must be super clear to students. We have the is super. So don't try blended learning if you don't have the result not super. So the result is super clear and super well structured. How to mix? Combining teaching strategies. Yeah, you can use model, the innovative model. You can use the method, the good method. You can use the strategies, the good strategies. Depend on your location, depend your environment, depend your culture, depend your style, depend the student skills you can use. And then combining the library media. This is the media. All of learning, all of the class. I suggest we want to make the media. We must have the media. If you don't prepare the media, just using the simple media, you just bring from your desk. Maybe you have the simple media, just bring to the class and implement. And then combining online and face-to-face instruction. This is the blended learning. This is the reason and opinion all about the blended learning. The advantage also effective and customized content, no fear factor, no fear factor. Yeah, and also we have the motivation and flexibility. So activity, you already do blended learning. What blended learning activities have you heard about or used? So we have the synchronous live and asynchronous on demand. What's the synchronous live? What is the asynchronous on demand? You can see this one, this slide. The synchronous by using the video, audio conference, online chat, Skype, Facebook, chat, clickers, teamwork assignment, instant feedback, peer instruction, online shopping, live health, in-class IT activity, web, videos, problem-based learning, smartphone in class, PowerPoint lecture, face-to-face lecture. This is the synchronous. And how about the asynchronous? We have the technology by using I mean as well associated to the student. Virtual lab, not only online, but have a virtual labs, online assignments, web work, LEA document delivery, not just a PowerPoint, but PowerPoint and Word documents, email, online content, Khan Academic Year, Moodle forum. So many class using the Moodle, and also Facebook postings, prime homeworks, textbook supports, blogs, wiki, and readings. This is the synchronous and asynchronous. This is the blended learning come from the learning criteria and technology. This is the by using the technology, and this is face to face. So how about the face to face? Still need to learning in the class? Yes. Yeah, we need the face to face classroom. Blended learning, we can be email communication by video, web 2.0 resource, Google Docs, Google Chat, the portfolio is the several software we can use to construct the blended learning. And using learning management system to store and manipulate content. Learning management system, so many software can we can use to making the blended learning, like a Moodle, and also MOOC, yeah. And also we can use the Google Classroom. Anyone using the Google Classroom in the class? Oh yeah, madam, you have a Google Class. Okay, that's good. Maybe we can try how to make the Google Class by smartphone. Advantage of blended learning: individualized learning, personalized learning support, and independent and collaborative learning, and also increase in student engagement, accommodate several learning styles. This is the core of the blended learning classroom. So we have the remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, and the peak of the pyramid is creating. We have the project and group learning. So how to construct the class? This is the kind of the class in the blended learning. The model, the first model is lab rotation, classroom rotation, flex framework. How to making this class like this? Okay, maybe this the framework, the first framework, and this is the other framework, and also this is the you can construct like this. Yeah, this is the middle school model for if we have the middle school. Maybe you suggest like this. This is the group table, and then because the group table, this is the students. You make like this student, this is a door, and this is a teacher. And the have all of students have the computer. Now, teacher role in blended learning: help to guide the students, manage their activities, direct their learning, help to develop their skills. These are the teacher role. And teachers are essential in the success of the classroom if you use the blended learning, the good blended learning. And the last, setting up your blended learning classroom. Let's make the setting. Identify the learning outcomes for your classroom lesson. So don't make the every teach you use the blended learning. No, not it. You just making the blended learning if depend on learning outcomes. Identify the activities for students to do in class, and also identify the activities for students to do online before class. Let's check the online. Don't try the blended learning if your access not be online. And the fourth, identify the activities for students to do after class. So don't not only before class and activity class, after that finish. So how the after class, the activity of the student you can track by your online, by blended learning and technology online. Really similar to what you may do. I think this is my presentation, so we can discuss how to use this one. Thank you so much for attention, and good afternoon for you. And this is my team in postgraduate special for education, and this my my boss, head of the postgraduate director, and this is me, and this is the vice of director. I think enough for me, and let's join for teaching in your class by you can just blended learning and also innovative classroom. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Askel, for that insightful discussion on designing an innovative classroom in a digital world. And of course, with the indulgence of our resource speaker, we are now opening the floor to your questions related to blended learning. Our participants from RTU, do you have any questions to ask our resource speaker? Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I'm Macrina Vicente Mudok from RTU. My question is, do you also have or do you also encounter the same problems we have when it comes to internet connection, as well as the stability of that connection, especially if we try to use it inside the classroom? So could you share with us your experience in terms of availability of let's say Wi-Fi, availability of internet connection? What are your challenges? Do you have challenges at all? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem for the blended learning because sometimes have a problem for the connection internet. But in my class, because I have tried in my class for higher education for bachelor students, everyone must be have the internet by their smartphone. So I don't know how to, if the elementary school, and also I think for senior high school, for the grade start from the 10th grade to 12th grade, maybe can use the internet also by their smartphone. But for my class, in my class, sometimes I sell by my smartphone also because I feel the bigger package, and then sell by hotspot. So everyone can connect by my hotspot like that, and then the limitation from the connection internet now making the class by blended learning stop. Yes, like that. So maybe I suggest for you, if your students have the smartphone integrate with the internet, maybe I can share by there. And the second choice is from your smartphone, share by hotspot like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think just one the solution of the blended learning must have the internet connection. Yeah. So I think no problem for us. Just give a little your service by your smartphone and share your hotspot to them. Maybe the class not over than 30 students. 30? How many students in your class? Oh yeah? Yeah. I mean for the big class maybe not over than 30, but for your class maybe 15 and 20, I think no problem. For 1 hour. For 1 hour maybe not lost 1 gigabyte. Yeah, like that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have another question here from ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Okay, my first question, sir, is this: we have a big size or a big population in our classroom. You're saying about the interactive communication, sir. So when it comes to interactive communication of our students, how are we going to make provide an interactive communication wherein we have a bigger size of our students in our classroom? Number two, some of our students, most especially in the elementary, didn't even eat their meal in the morning. So how are we going to have an interactive communication or a good blended of education wherein some of our students don't even eat in the morning? Another one, most of the teachers, especially in the remote areas, have a difficult communication. Most especially if we have, say for example, the teacher is using a multi-grade students, or just like that, and then some of them are teaching in the remote areas. So how are we going to have how are we going to have an interactive communication or good blended communication wherein some of the teachers do not have facilities, equipments, and you were saying about the laptop, sir. Thank you very much.
May we know the school you are representing, ma'am? Ma'am?
I'm representing the Laguna State Polytechnic University Santa Cruz main campus. Our colleagues is over there, the Santa Cruz, San Pablo campus. We are 4 campuses in Laguna Sur.
Yes, I think for the big class, maybe we can say the big class if the students more than 20 students up to 40 students. We must have the model teaching. Model teaching. We have to construct the before teaching. Before teaching, we must prepare the teaching model. For the first suggestion, to making the interactive, we must give before the lesson. Before lesson, we must give the what kind of the subject, what kind of the subject they will study in the home, like that. So all of the students have prepared, or at least maybe and half class have prepared their subject, and they prepare the discussion for today, for the class. So the teacher just ask them how about the issue, how about the topic that they are discussed in the home, in the room. So, and the second, maybe you are the teacher making like a group, and we make one of the group have a leader. So each group have one leader. Maybe the leader is still have more expert than others. So the leader can connect and extend the information come from teacher. And also this the second question, how to making the blended learning. Yeah, I think so. I have a problem if in some area, in some area not have the connection of the internet. Yes, have the, but like a so the blended learning just use for if the internet connection have ready, but if the connection internet not have already, very difficult to make blended learning. You can using the innovative learning, just innovative learning without the internet connection, without the blended learning. I think the innovation class, innovation learning. You can use the some teaching model like step by step of the problem-based learning, inquiry model learning, and also start cooperative and start model like that. So how to understand of the model learning? Maybe we need someone for the expert about the every learning model. I think this is my answer, because very difficult if they have a problem for the internet connection. So some place there blended learning used in the city area. Yeah, like in Manila, like that, in the big city, and have bigger size. Yeah, you mean interaction.
We have a bigger class in our station, especially those who are teachers in elementary and in the high school. Sometimes teachers are using the multi not sit with the cure probably the communications and also the empathy. But in the Philippines, sometimes those two teachers were teaching their vocabulary.
Okay, yes, I see. Actually, okay, let's see the picture. Like the most outer of journey in the in the Papua. You see the picture, the last picture. So the interactive class, not just use not just use the sound, not just use the lips, the creative, the interactive. The interactive class is how the students making all of the material and the developing of the environment, the material to successfully of the lesson. Like that. Not only come from the teacher, like me as a teacher. This group can making the interactive class, interactive group. This group can making the interactive group without the teacher. The teacher just give the instruction. Maybe the instruction we can make in the paper, in the sheet, and give one by one, like that. So the student can just read the instruction, and one leader in the group, and the leader maybe they manage the group, like that. This is the interactive class. So no need using the connection of internet. That's it.
Thank you for that question, ma'am. We have another question here from sir. May you please know your name and the school you are representing.
Ronaldo Bautista, Cagayan State University. It is clear to me now, sir, that if you're talking about blended learning, there is really a need for us to have an internet connection. And innovative teaching, no need for internet connection. How about in the case, many of us in the province are doing this one. Suppose the teachers are called for a meeting, and then he or she cannot meet his or her class. The usual setup is that the class constructed a chat group, and then the teacher is just monitoring the chat group, inputting something on that group in order for the interaction and discussion of the students. And the teacher can monitor that one. And it be considered as a blended learning. In our case, we have the free data in the province, so we need not to subscribe for a data capacity or a data bandwidth. And many of us do that one. Can we consider that one as blended learning?
You mean how to actually what's the bit of the question? How to monitoring of the activity of the student, like that?
No,
yes.
sir.
Because the students just using for social media?
Not exactly, sir. Like for example, I'm the teacher. I posted a problem on a chat group. Because of my absence in the class, I usually do that one. And then the students are are going to have their research or to answer that certain problem posted in anything they wanted, any manner they wanted to answer that problem. It is just because of my absence inside the classroom.
Yeah, actually, the blended learning, we must have the software. We must install one software in the laptop, not just using the group like a social media group. No, not like that. But sorry, but for you have the social media group, I think also you can use it to mix with blended learning. But this the problem. You must export your energy to monitoring all of the students, so the students not opening other chat like that, not pure about the lesson, but for the official software like Moodle, like Google Class, like other maybe MOCC. You can monitor it. You can monitor each student what are they doing, and because have the limitation of the time, the blended learning we must have the limitation of the time. So if we have a class start from the 11 p.m. up to maybe 1 o'clock, 2 hours. 2 hours. So we just monitoring only 2 hours. Over then, the hours we can monitor again. So the blended learning, we must make the limit of the time. Yeah, maybe we can use the group. Maybe what kind of the group, the social media we have. Maybe Messenger like that. Yes, Messenger, Facebook. Yeah, just making the group and instruct to all of the students. At 11 o'clock, we must meet in group. All of students open your group like that. And even you must have the interactive. This is the interactive. Just call one student, maybe Mary. Where are you, Mary? Why you don't answer me in the group? Or if the Mary not appear, maybe she have chat with her friend. Maybe you can assign, oh, Mary not appear in this group like that. Tom, where are you, Tom? Where your argument about this? You can ask. This is the interactive like that. So you can use the group of the social media, but you must be very interactive. And also, this using the connection of the internet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any more queries for our speaker to answer?
Hello, good afternoon from Rizal Technological University. Taking into account the outcomes-based education assessment, which is to assess the authentic performance of the learners. Now, my question is, would there be a violation in the principle of OBE to assess the authenticity of the performance of the learners in the blended learning? Thank you.
Yes, actually, for the assessment, to blended learning, actually we need one people, the expert on the special for assessment, because my focus not have to assessment to the assessment of learning. But I want to say, the assessment to the student, you mean, to the student. So many kind of the assessment, to assess of the students. We can assess about his skill argumentation. presentation, we can making the instrument like that. We can assess about his task if when he's sent by email or by online, we can assess about how he use the fast of the use of the like a system of the online learning like that. You can construct everything. Depend on what are the objectives of the learning. So depend on the objectives of the learning, and also depend on what skill, what kind of the skill, what we want to looking for from the students. That is so many kind of the assets, like their skills, their attitude to answer the also the quality of the answer, all of. So depend on maybe the competence that need by the curriculum also. Yeah, and then study and discussion about the assessment. I think for the education field, we need to special discuss for the assessment. Yeah, I think that's. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Another question from ma'am.
Yes.
Good afternoon po from Valenzuela National High School. Okay. So my question is that when we see blended classroom or learning, is it only applicable in the utilization of the internet or the availability of the other software, just like for example PowerPoint presentation? So when you see a blended classroom or blended learning, is it only applicable with the use of the internet connection or the Wi-Fi? Additional is that I think that in remote areas, there's a problem in using the internet connection because some of the schools in remote areas, they don't have internet. So I think in blended instruction, sir, with the use of the availability of the materials or the instructional materials found or available in your schools, I think because we are now in the 21st century and the teachers serve as the facilitator, that is why I think when we see blended instructional classroom, with the use of the collaboration, and then the teachers serve as the facilitator, just like what Dr. Dino said a while ago, that the teacher should not be the spoon feed to the learners or the students, but definitely she or he will serve as the facilitator. And then I think, sir, that when we see blended instruction, as long as you meet the competency and the objective of the topic or the lesson that you want to teach to your students, I think when you see blended, not only for the chalk or rather with the use of the internet, but definitely with the use of the different applications, just like Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, because we all know that Microsoft PowerPoint is a presentation that very powerful because we can manipulate, click, or customize different objects. Sir. That's why my question is blended instructional classroom is intended only for the use of the internet?
I think this is not question, because you have so many suggestions about the blended learning. I think it's very good. I agree with you because blended learning, if we didn't have internet connection, we can make the blended learning for the using the technology also. Yes, yeah, that's good suggestion. For the teacher, maybe stay in the mountain like that, in the village, not have the internet connection. You can use the technology from the computer, like a software, how to making the maybe media, like that, how to making the interaction of the learning by using of the PowerPoint simulation like that. Yeah, how to moving some object by using of the PowerPoint like that. How to making of the learning by using other software. Yes, good. Yeah, not depend on the location. If you have the internet connection, let's try using the online lesson, online learning, and mix with the face-to-face learning. But if you in your class not have the internet connection, just using the technology by computer, not only computer, maybe you have the other technology like that. How to making the water rocket like that. Yeah, water rocket by using of the water and using of the and then someone the bottle can go up the snap the rocket by using of the technology also, not only the computer. But if you have the laptop, if you have a computer and you have the LCD in focus, you can mix also one by one. The student call to the front of the class and they can present their job by group. One of them as moderator like that. Just try. Is there also blended learning but not using the internet connection? That is.
Thanks to all your questions. Yeah. Once again, we have Dr. June Astiel Rajagokgo. Can we please give him a big hand? Let us now move forward to the awarding of the Certificate of Appreciation. May I once again call on Dr. Salvacion Pacheco to award the certificate. Allow me to read to you the certificate. It says, ICEPD and Rizal Technological University awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. June Astiel Rajagokgo in deep acknowledgement and sincere expression of gratitude for his priceless service as plenary resource speaker on the topic Designing an Innovative Classroom in a Digital World, from Traditional to Blended Learning, during the first international conference and workshop on technology and strategic classroom and research innovations, which was conducted by the ICEPD Thailand in collaboration with RTU, given the 16th day of October in the year of our Lord 2018 at the BSA Twin Towers, Ortigas Center, Mandaluyong City, Philippines. Signed, Dr. Salvacion J. Pacheco, VPAA, Rizal Technological University, and Dr. Chamnong Abinda, President of ICEPD Thailand. That concludes the first day of our conference.